Jeff, when we spoke to you Thursday, you were pretty hopeful for this game yesterday. What did you see as the biggest issues for you guys defensively yesterday?
Uh, Tackling wasn't up to par. We had 15 as a defense. You're not gonna win games when you're not a good tackling defense, and it starts there for sure. Some of the RPO stuff just got to be tighter in coverage to eliminate it, and the run game we didn't play the run game as well as we're capable of. Got to coach better, got to play better in that capacity.
Jeff, how much do you think the defensive slides throughout the year stem from just you guys struggling to stop the run?
Say it again.
How much do you think most of the defensive struggles throughout the year have just stemmed from you guys not being able to stop the run?
Yeah, it's definitely a component to it. You have to eliminate some part of an offense, and try to make them as one-dimensional as you can. We have not done that well enough by any means. There's games where we played the run well. There's spots within games we played the run well, but just consistently as you really look at the season as a whole, not defending it as well as we need to be successful. Because the minute you got your running game rolling, you got your play action game going, you got anything is at your disposal. So it's something we got to do better. We got to coach it better. We got to find more answers schematically for the players, and the players got to play it better.
After the game, we were talking to Bryce Hall, and we said, "Did you guys prepare for Minshew?" He goes, and I'm quoting him. He said, "No, we prepared for Jalen Hurts." I'm just wondering if you could comment on that. It just sounds like you didn't prepare for their quarterback.
Yeah, we prepared for the Philadelphia Eagles, and their offense. Minshew and Jalen are very similar in that they're both mobile. Schematically, they didn't really change what they did. We went back and really, we always do this. We self-scout and we see what we prepared for and how we practiced and the plays that we showed the players as opposed to what we got in the game. And it didn't change. It was what we were ready for. The biggest difference between those quarterbacks is like Jalen, and this is probably counterintuitive because you think of Jalen probably more of a runner, but he's actually the guy that took more downfield shots, and Minshew was a little bit more of the short intermediate game, the RPO stuff. So, but schematically, the Eagles didn't change much who they were.
Wasn't their pass run ratio though different, Jeff? Like especially the first half. I know the second half, the score kind of dictated they ran the ball a little bit more, but they were 50-50 in the first half. They hadn't been that way in recent weeks.
Yeah, but that's something that gets skewed because some of those are RPOs, So when you're down there defending the run, you have the extra hat in the box, like that triggers the pass, so the pass percentage can go up. But ultimately, we face the number one rushing team in the NFL, and that's been their identity. That's who they've been. That's the success they found this year, and that didn't change a whole lot.
Jeff, what's it like for you when your defense has a performance like that? Like, what do you do? What do you say? What was last night like for you?
It hurts. It hurts, and I'm a prideful person, and I put a lot into it, and the players put everything they got into it as well, and we don't work our asses off like we do to have the results that we've been having. So is it frustrating? Absolutely, it's frustrating. It hurts the soul. That's where I'm really fortunate to be around this group of players as far as the character standpoint, and the other defensive coaches that we have on this staff. As hard as it's gotten and as dark and as bleak as it's felt at times, there is still an all-in mentality, and although the results are absolutely not good enough, and they're not, we're not playing winning defense yet. There are, amidst the darkness, there are some subtle improvements here and there within the defense. We come in this morning, we tell the truth, and we take a hard look at what we're doing and where we're falling short, both from a coaching standpoint and player standpoint. But there are small moments of progress that are showing, especially with the young players, so we just keep trying to build upon that.
Jeff, you guys have a bunch of young players, as you just mentioned, whether it's secondary, some of the linebacking core. So in these next 5 games, how much does it come on to the coaching staff to help coach these guys up better and get them better equipped for these next 5 games as you guys try to turn around, just the defensive woes?
Yeah, it's a subtle thing where, it's like you want to create some schematic answers for your opponent, but at the same time, you want to make it simplistic enough for these younger players to really grasp and play fast and confident and operate at a high level. So it's finding that balance, which has been difficult this year for sure, of doing enough schematically where they have answers and that we can put these guys in the best position to be successful, but at the same time, not do too much where they don't fully grasp what we're asking them to do. So it's trying to continue to find that balance. I'll say this, like I would take this coaching staff, at every position on defense. I take them at every level, and they work their asses off, and these guys are prepared and they are getting better. Although the results are not what they need to be, but there is improvement. We keep working, absolutely will, and hopefully we can, get some incremental gains these next 5 games, starting with this one against New Orleans, and get better results and try to build some momentum going into this offseason.
Jeff, how do you work on tackling in December? I don't think you guys are gonna be doing the Oklahoma drill on Wednesday.
No.
So what do you do to improve the tackling?
Yeah, we talked about that this morning. There's things as coaches that we always emphasize regarding tracking and tagging off on the low hip, taking shots at the ball, with the mindset that a shot at the ball, if I can take an accurate shot at the ball, I'm in good position to make a tackle. So it's that. We drill tackling multiple times. Whether using crash pads or the dummies and all the different ways that we do that. And at the same time, I challenge the players to be part of the dialogue. If there's something that they've done in the past, or there's something they think they need, particular emphasis on, like be part of the solution and part of the dialogue as far as improving it. And so although there isn't a whole lot of physicality as far as the tackling and the drilling of that, there's definitely a tracking component. There's a leverage component. There's a lot of things that we can work and we do work.